Hey, we're back. And today I want to talk about avoidance of Alzheimer's. That is probably one of the fastest growing disease states in this country. We have an aging population, but this thing with Alzheimer's is getting to be a major issue because Alzheimer's isn't just senile dementia. It's not just I'm getting a little bit old, my memory's slipping, etc. Yeah, it's cognitive impairment, but it's a terminal illness. And that's part of the problem. So we did this back in July where Lund University said they came up with a new blood test. It's the first thing that medicine has had at all. Journal of the American Medical Association, also in the Alzheimer's Association International Conference, said that they found a blood test called p-tau 217. You don't need to know that, the name of the test, but we know that it's there. It's still new. It's probably multi-expensive, but it's in the process of now becoming a standard of care for those that are maybe genetically predisposed to this or is starting down that pathway. Is it just dementia or is it Alzheimer's? So this new test, again called p-tau 217, came up July 29th of this year. Lund University. You can look that up, Journal of the American Medical Association. Part two of this was that they discovered in the University of Saskatchewan, salmonella biofilm protein causes an autoimmune response, possible link with Alzheimer's. Now saying that salmonella, which is again one of those foodborne illnesses, if it becomes resident in your body, can form what's called a biofilm, which means it stays there. Your own immune system is going to attempt to keep it in check. And in that process, the salmonella can form what's called a biofilm, which is a protective coating on it that doesn't allow your immune system to get in place to attack it. So this salmonella thing stays resident in your body basically forever. So it says salmonella was previously thought to only form biofilms in the environment, not inside of us, such as on food processing surfaces. Biofilms are dense collections of bacteria that stick together on surfaces to protect the bacteria from harsh conditions, including antibiotics and disinfectants. Think about this in the dawn of all this coronavirus thing. Detecting biofilms in animals during an infection was a surprise. In the research published in the Public Library of Science, a team led by Aaron White discovered that salmonella biofilms were formed in the intestines. For the study, the team used a mouse model to replicate human foodborne illness, human film-borne. You hear about these salmonella outbreaks. They found a biofilm protein called curli, C-U-R-L-I. No, not the Three Stooges. That grows on the surface of the bacteria that was connected to negative health outcomes. Curli are a special type of protein called amyloids. Now, if you've studied medicine at all and you've known about the risk factors for Alzheimer's, is that we start to form these tangles or these plaque formations of amyloid in our brain tissue, which makes the brain not work as well as it should and start to shut down. Dementia now affects 50 million people globally. And that number is expected to more than triple. 150 million people by 2050. And it says approximately 2/3 of the people with dementia are going to be transitioning into this. However, in certain countries such as the United States, England, and France, the proportion of older people with dementia has fallen, probably partly due to lifestyle changes, demonstrating the possibility of reducing dementia through preventative measures. And that's what I want to share with you. That's the purpose of this show. We talk about doing preventative things all the time. This Dr. Schneider and his commission members recommend that policymakers, we're gonna make a policy statement on this, and individuals adopt the following interventions. You ready? Got your pen out? Number one, aim to maintain systolic blood pressure of 130 millimeters of mercury or less from the age of 40 on. Medicine, and let me just say this, not being negative at all. You go to your doctor and your blood pressure is 150 over 67. He's probably going to say that's okay. because we don't pay much attention to systolic pressure, that upper number, unless it really gets out of sight. So again, they found the importance of maintaining systolic pressure. Number 2, encourage the use of hearing aids for hearing loss and reduce hearing loss by protecting your ears from high noise level. You know, child of the 60s, and I know that we blew away a lot of eardrums. Number 3, reduce exposure to air pollution and secondhand tobacco smoke. I think that's been the biggest change in this country. Number 4, prevent head injury, particularly by targeting high-risk occupations, soccer, football, etc. Limit alcohol intake to no more than 21 units per week. 1 unit equals 10 mLs. Keeping in mind a shot glass is typically 30 mLs. So again, divide this by 3. That's 7 shots a week. That's 1 a day. Must keep it less than that. Number 6, stop smoking and support others to stop smoking. Next, provide all children with primary and secondary education. Next, lead an active lifestyle into midlife and possibly later life. And lastly, reduce obesity and the linked condition of diabetes. The report also advocates for holistic, individualized, and evidence-based care for patients with dementia. Holistic. Holistic. What we do at the Nutrition Shop. Holistic versus allopathic and just prescribing medication again. How many people do you know with Alzheimer's? How many people have you seen with senile dementia? And it's a terrible thing to watch. How many people do you know that have been on a medication, the Namenda, Aricept, one of those? Have you seen any improvements with that? Not much. In fact, by its own admittance, those medications get you about a 17% improvement. And their hope with those is to get you stable, to be able to say it's not going to progress any worse than it is right now. It recommends providing interventions for family caregivers who are at risk of depression and anxiety. Interesting that those taking care of the family member who's battling Alzheimer's, high risk of depression and anxiety, just watching, the fact that you have to watch your loved one go through this. Now, let me say this from a holistic standpoint. You heard what was in the news. I don't think it's much new there, but I'm going to say this. Fish oil works. When you hear all these commercials on TV for these various entities that derive from a jellyfish, don't buy into that all the time. If you can get to the right forms of purified fish oil, like our omega 900s, you can see an amazing change. You may have to go as high as 4 capsules a day initially to put that DHA back into the brain tissue. And there's a lot of others that can be used. I'm not going to go into each and every one of those right now, but we do have specific brain remedies, that can help. Ginkgo biloba has been helpful. There's been a whole lot that's been utilized over the years. We could go into that on a one-to-one. So the purpose of today's show was to give you a little bit of acknowledgement of what's going on now in the news and to make sure that you're aware that, yes, we can help. Yes, we can work with you. Call our staff at 678-228-8900, 678-228-8900, or go to our website, thenutritionshop.net, THE, thenutritionshop.net. Learn more about us if you're new to us, and would you please share this show with others? It's only 10 minutes to watch. That's why I wanted to do this today. I know it's late in the afternoon. God bless you, folks. We'll get involved in much more tomorrow. Make sure you tune in and like our YouTube channel. Share it with others, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. God bless you.